Les Colombes, which is French for the Doves, is an exhibition made up of 3,000 origami doves, and after a lot of travelling, the birds of peace have landed at the Salisbury Cathedral.
It's an exhibition that's traveling the world, and it's an Art for Peace project. And it's been to Jerusalem and to London and Munich, and now it's here in Salisbury. It's about 2,500 doves as the symbol of peace, and also in that situation of the Holy Spirit, that's what it's meant to be.
The exhibition is one that has received a lot of backing from the city. Supported by the Wiltshire Recovery Coordinating Group, packs of paper have been delivered to over 80 city participants so far, all of which have made paper doves and displayed them in their windows, offices, schools and businesses.
The first step was that back in Munich in Germany, a curator asked me to do a large-scale installation in a church in the city centre. And as they knew my work and they sort of were pretty confident about what I'm doing in bigger spaces, they just offered me 2 big spaces in the town and said, well, here's the budget, here's the space, do whatever you want to do.
With it being such a detailed exhibition, understandably it takes a bit of time putting it all together.
We did install the installation here for 8 days now, nearly 10 days I think. So we started last week, and it's first of all it's sort of the structure of the net to put it up, and then sort of the flock is growing, the flock of doves is growing, but I do travel with amount of doves with them in my flight case, and then you have to attach them to a string, and then you just go up with the lift, and it takes ages.
The timing for the arrival of the piece could not be much better, spreading a message of peace to the city of Salisbury that is still in the process of returning to normality after the nerve agent incident a couple of months ago.
Well, it brings me great pleasure to bring Les Colombes by Michael to Salisbury Cathedral. Initially, when I did my research, I was bringing an installation to celebrate the 100 years since the last war. So peace was obviously quite a factor. But as you mentioned, what has happened in Salisbury over the last few months, it kind of took on a different meaning and a life of its own.
The exhibition fully opens to the public on Friday the 11th of May, and the Salisbury Cathedral are hoping to get locals involved in more ways than one.
The best way to describe it is blown away by the way our community and visitors have responded to this uplifting installation. It is very uplifting when you come in and you raise your eyes and you see 2,500, probably by the time we finish, because the installation isn't finished yet, about 3,000 doves flying in the nave from the west doors all the way to the spire crossing. We've had workshops where people have come in and made doves and put lovely little messages or drawings inside, and then they've brought them to us and we have hung them.
The plan at first was to keep the exhibition until late July, but there is now a possibility that it will stay up for the month of August also, as at night it will be a completely different installation with a light show and soundtrack.
I feel that it's a way of uniting people. You know, it may not change anything very much, but it's a way of uniting us and bringing us together. We can do something together and hopefully, change the way we feel about what has happened, and that may be a catalyst for bigger change.
One thing that is for sure is that everyone at the Salisbury Cathedral will be hoping their doves will help attract people to Salisbury to feast their eyes upon it themselves. Pete Baldry, That's TV.